Hello everybody and welcome to the Amy Porterfield Tribute Pack. We are so excited to release this pack, so let's dive right in. Let's kick this off by talking about who this template is best suited for. Now, realistically, as with all of our templates, you can customize this to work for just about any business or type of branding that you're looking for. However, this template in particular is going to shine for anyone who is blogging, creating YouTube videos, podcasts, anything along those lines, and needing to invite them to click the link in their bio in order to consume the rest of their content. So essentially, you're going to use these as an invite to watch the rest of the media that you're creating. So what was it about Amy Porterfield's style that we absolutely love and think that you can draw a ton of inspiration from to create a really beautiful social media presence for your business, service, blog, whatever it is you are establishing? This is why we love Amy Porterfield's style. Immediately when you look at Amy Porterfield's Instagram account, you can tell that she has a very polished image, which makes a whole lot of sense considering she is an online marketing educator. So she specializes in teaching entrepreneurs how to build online businesses, how to build email lists, how to optimize all of their online marketing strategies. So obviously it's pretty important that she knows what she's doing as far as her social media is concerned. So one of the things I love is that you can actually see exactly what her posts are about. So she's inviting people to click and then read the caption and get more information, which is of course where she's going to put a call to action to invite them to her content that she's creating, whether it be a podcast, a course, something along those lines. I also really love the pops of colors that she does. She's got a really nice style that really draws you in, and it just looks really polished and fun, and it makes you want to be a part of her brand. So these are all the elements that we've used to inspire the template pack that you now have access to as well. There is no denying that there is a ton of amazing inspiration here. So let's dive in and let's talk about how you can actually customize this template pack to work for your brand. You see how absolutely gorgeous these templates are. And obviously with them being customizable, you can totally customize them to suit your brand. So the first thing you're always going to want to do is make sure you're matching your brand colors. So you can easily go in and switch any of the colors to match your brand. If you have a specific hex code you like to use, go ahead and use that there. And the other thing, which is my favorite trick, let's say you are using a portrait of yourself, you can actually go in after the fact and it will pull all the colors to match that photo that you've put in. So that way you can get everything really streamlined, looking really polished. Now, the other thing you're going to want to do with this particular template, obviously it's got that nice verified check mark that we're all after. So it's going to give you that little bit of credibility right off the bat, which is nice. Now with this particular design, you might want to put in a tip for your audience, some kind of pain point that they've been experiencing. And then of course with this little hashtag down here, the 2 hashtags, throw in your brand hashtag and then maybe something that people are looking up to find your services. So you could do hashtag my cool business if that's your business name, and then you could do something along the lines of like best fitness tips or something like that, like something that people would relate to when they see your niche. This next template is obviously going to be a great one if you want to put up a quote, whether it be from somebody who is famous within your industry, if you want to quote yourself, something that you've said from one of your podcasts, YouTube videos, something along those lines. You definitely do that. The nice thing with these two, you're not limited to just doing a color background. So if you want something that relates a bit more to your niche, you can actually delete the color block there, and then you could put in a photo. Now, obviously that's a little bit harsh, so what you might want to do is actually bring down the transparency a little bit, and then that's going to still allow the text to stick out, but you could put something in the background that's going to relate to your niche, right? So, and you can always move those around as well, resize as needed if you need the picture to be in the right spot. So that's a really good way that you could customize this if you want something immediately recognizable in your niche. Going along down, these ones are going to be really good. I would highly recommend using these as some kind of testimonial. So if you've got some reviews from somebody who's either a customer, someone who has listened to your podcast, watch your videos, you could actually go and grab their words and use it as basically social proof of how awesome you are. These ones would work really, really well for that. Next 2 templates are specifically why I recommend this for people who are some kind of content creators on YouTube, podcasts, whatever that may be. This one here is going to be really, really good for announcing that you have some new content coming up. So if you wanted to, do a little bit of a launch and build up some steam before you actually release it, you could definitely use this for that, or just simply let your audience know that you have something ready for them. Now, as far as your caption goes, when you are announcing new content, make sure you put a call to action in that caption. Tell your customers exactly where they can go and find whatever it is you're trying to send them to, because as soon as it's difficult for them to find what they're looking for, they are going to give up. So make it really easy. Put in a clear call to action, whether that is to click the link in your bio, whether that is to email you, click the book services button. Whatever it is you want them to do, be very specific, and this one's really going to work to your advantage that way. This one here I love because you can actually really start to get into the head of your audience. So what I would do, coming from more of a copywriting background myself, is for the questions, think of 3 really key pain points that you were going to solve for your audience and put them into these ABC categories. So for example, if you are a massage therapist, you could talk about 1, why does my neck constantly hurt? 2, is there a stretch I could do to relieve the constant headaches that I'm feeling? And 3, what kind of preventative exercises can I do? Something along those lines with your niche that are identifying like a major pain point that your audience has. So again, and then what you'd want to do in the caption for this one is give them a little bit of teaser info. Give them just a little bit just to establish your credibility, that you actually know what you're talking about. And then again, make sure you end off with that call to action so that they know exactly where they can go to get more. Whether that is, again, your podcast, it could be a new e-course you've created, whatever it may be, make sure that you are very, very specific with what action you want them to take next. And that brings us to the end of this walkthrough of our Amy Porterfield collection. So go ahead, dive in, start playing around with this template. It is so good. It's got so much style to it. It's really going to amp up your presence. Just again, make sure you change out your brand colors to match. That's going to be the most important thing to make sure that there is cohesion between all of these different packs that you're using. Now, before you go, if you haven't already, make sure that you have signed up for text alerts. I do not want you to miss ever when we drop some content, and more importantly, I do not want you to miss those surprise drops. Those are only available for 48 hours, so make sure that you've signed up for the text alerts, and then we will see you in the next video.